since everybody on YouTube did an amazing job, phenomenal job at reviewing the new Z Fold series, I wanted to do things a bit differently by looking at the terms and conditions and see if something can be beneficial for you guys. Now, stick to the end of the video because the last point that I came up with, actually the one before the last, I guess, is one of the biggest, and that made me decide on which warranty or option that I was going to take. So I went to Manus, an AI tool, which is like a meta bought them out, I think last year. It's an amazing tool. You can try it yourself. You can try Claude or something. I think I can give you like a referral link, but I'm not gonna get anything out of it because there's a cap for how many people can use that link. But it's an amazing tool, and I love it, and I use it a lot in IT. So I figured, let me look at this way. These terms and conditions, which are usually 10, 20, 30 pages, I never used to read them. This is something that we always do, like check whatever and move on. Why not leverage AI to make our life better? Why not leverage AI to get the information that you need without all the over complex stuff that every company, to be fair, tries to hide in this really detailed documents? Now, I have to give you a warning here. I am not a lawyer. This is not a legal advice. This is just shared for entertainment purposes. But what you're going to see here is very interesting. So first, I said for my use case, analyze this for me. What are some key concerns? I want to travel a lot, so I travel to all over the world, just like vacation. I go to see my parents in Lebanon every now and then. So I want to make sure that I am covered, because one of the first things that popped up in my face when I was choosing what kind of Samsung Care to go with was that they mentioned all the Canadian provinces. So I was like, wait, am I going to be covered traveling internationally? So that's what I did here. Now, of course, they say that this is not travel insurance. This is Samsung Care Plus and Samsung Care Plus Premium. Device protection. Okay, fine. No geographic coverage for services or claims abroad. So this was the thing that was scaring me the most, but it didn't end up being the biggest thing that made me reach a certain decision that I'm going to cover later. This was the main concern here. So I look at it and I'm like, well, there is no mention of international service coverage. So if something happens while I'm traveling, then I have to bring the phone back to Canada to file a claim. Honestly, I'm okay with that because whenever I travel, I take this phone with me. I call it the slap phone, in Arabic, dasahsuh. And this means, like, the main idea behind this extra phone, which is the S21 here in this case, is that I don't care if somebody stops me and steals this phone from me. It doesn't have a lot of like personal or business information on it. And if somebody takes it, good luck accessing it. And if they do access it somehow, well, it's not an expensive phone. It is what it is. So, and usually I have the other phone with me for more business or personal stuff. So I'm okay with that. I'm like, okay, but we supply you the return courier package. Okay, that's kind of fine. And you have 2 claims per 12 month, which Samsung has been upfront about it, even in the video that they put out there, talking about this new plan, the premium plan. This is fair. You don't want people to abuse it. 2 claims per 12-month period, and if you're getting the 2-year premium plan, then it's 4 over lifetime. That's also fair. If we go here, it's like $3,000 per claim cap. And AI is saying this might be insufficient because of the price or something. I'm like, well, no, it should cover it. I mean, if the phone is $2,900, $3,000, let's say $3,500. For that kind of phone, if they tell you pay $500 because the limit is 3,000, but you get to keep that, like you get to get new phone and you actually replace a phone that you lost or you broke, to me, it's worth it. Now here there is a deductible. It still applies to every claim, and it's not very clear in the document. It says the deductible is $39 for a screen-only issue. Fine, that seems fair considering the price of the screen is probably going to be like $1,000 to replace it. While the full device deductible varies by device tier. So I have no idea what that is. Could they tell you like oh, you have to pay $1,000 to replace the Z Fold. I think this is going to be interesting since this is a new plan. I'm sure some people will share their experience online in the next year or two, and I'll try to be on the lookout for them and probably make a video about it. We'll see when we reach that, but this is something just to keep in mind. Of course, if you take the phone to a third-party provider, a repair shop, then you're voiding your warranty. This is completely fair. This one is interesting. If they cannot validate the IMEI or the serial number for any reason, then the claim is denied. Devices that are crushed, bent, or fall from heights are specifically cited. So don't throw your phone under a truck and drive over it because this means you're gonna have a denied claim. Now this is the biggest thing. That's the thing that made me like stop in my track completely. If you use your device for any commercial purpose while traveling, content creation, business use, freelancing, then exclusion number 3 states that this voids the plan entirely. What? I mean, I'm getting this phone from my company. I have a consulting firm, mostly in IT security, but I also have this YouTube channel and whatnot. So I'm gonna use a phone for business. And if I'm traveling, I'm gonna use this beast of a phone as a replacement to my computer. I'm gonna use it to create content for YouTube, something that I really enjoyed with the Z Fold 5, and I was looking forward to continue doing that with the Z Fold 8 now, Ultra, to replace the Z Flip, because this thing has, and I broke it, no, wait, it has to be fancy. This thing has its limitations. So, content creation and business use and freelancing, consulting. So it doesn't make sense anymore then to get that plan, right? The Samsung Care Plus Premium. Because I'm a sucker and I want to have some peace of mind by offloading some of the risk by buying an insurance policy, I did get the 1 year Care Plus just to see like the first year as I'm holding the phone. I don't want to have an issue where something mechanical is happening, I need to fix something. I didn't really drop it and it's not stolen. I want to offload some of that risk and to enjoy the phone instead of being worried about it. And I figured from year 2 onwards, I would cross that bridge when I arrive there. By then, it's like, it's all good. I always use covers. And honestly, like I got the Samsung Care Plus for this phone last year for the Z Flip 7, and I never had to use it. I even have the screen protector on it. I have a film on it, and then I have the cover without the screen protector because that felt horrible. And yeah, I take care of my stuff. So that's why the Samsung Care Plus Premium, to me, it wasn't worth it to pay around $400 Canadian and still have the risk of them saying, well, we realize somehow. I mean, at the end of the day, how are they going to know that you're using it for business? Well, if you use a business credit card to buy it, maybe, if they can figure it that way. If you are doing content creation and you are a micro influencer or something, and so people know about you a little bit, and they figure out like, oh, uh, you've been posting content, so you were using that phone while traveling. I mean, who's gonna be on the insurance side that's gonna have the time to look and investigate to see if you use it for business or commercial use? But I feel like this is a gotcha kind of point in the terms and conditions. So for that reason, I decided I'm not gonna go for the Samsung Care Plus Premium, even though it looked really promising. I'm honestly, I'm not even sure that it's gonna cover me, even if still in Canada, but I'm using the phone for business, which is my main use case for it. I'm using it for business. I'm using it for content creation, so it doesn't make sense. So I hope this video has been informative. If you did like the video, please consider liking and subscribing. It's gonna help me a lot. And I always try to bring my my authentic review to stuff. This video, by the way, is not sponsored by Manus. I should have contacted them because Manus is a great tool. I'll share my referral link at the bottom, like look below the video in the description. I don't think I can get anything out of it because usually you have a cap of 3 or 4 people. I'm not sure if that's still the case. Anyways, I'll share the referral link. It's an amazing AI tool, well worth it. I have the subscription with them, and I use them a lot. And again, I'm trying to bring things from my own perspective because I watched 2 or 3 videos from the main YouTube influencers talking about the Z Fold 8 and the Z Fold 8 Ultra and the Z Flip 8 and the Samsung Ultra 2. And you can see like information can get repetitive, but still they're capturing. And I love watching them. And I hope that one day I can reach to their level and be able to do these fancy videos with all the fancy editing, bring somebody in to help me with the editing, do some fancy stuff. But for now, I feel like the differentiator is that I just bring my own honest point of view for my specific use cases. I want to use it for business. I want to use it for AI. I want to use it for content generation, all this kind of stuff. So I figured this will be helpful to you. This is Hoot. Take care.